Welcome! This is Quilter's Rule, and we're going to talk long rulers today. Generally, everybody has a 6.5 by 24 inch ruler. This is the ruler that you use to cut the fabric off your bolts, to just cut your strips, and it works for most fabrics. As long as it's on a bolt, it's probably going to be 22 inches long folded, and you're good to go. But what happens when you are on longer bolts of fabric? Either the longer ones that come with the 108-inch backings, or maybe the rolls of rayon, whatever it may be, and you want to cross more than a 24-inch piece of fabric. You could be squaring up quilts, you could be doing any number of different things. Then you need to start looking at longer rulers. So today we're going to talk about 3 options for you. Our first one is the Quilter's Rule Yardstick. The yardstick has a rounded top, is made out of 1/4 inch acrylic, and it goes from 0 to 36 on one side, 0 to 36 on the other side. But you will note that it is longer than 36 because it's got a tip here that has a 45-degree angle, and it goes beyond the 36 here so that it has this rounded edge. And in the very center is a centering line, 0 to 18 in either direction. So this would definitely be one of your options for crossing long swatches of fabric, or even measuring out a long way across. You could use it for the 45-degree angle, setting it so, and being able to cut. Now this is made out of 1/4 inch acrylic, so it's pretty safe for being moving around. If this was an 1/8 inch ruler and I did this kind of work to it, well, yeah, it would snap, but this isn't going to snap. We've got our easy to see lines on it and our fabric gripping action. You have 2 more options. We have T-squares. Now why would you want a T-square? Well, if you have your cutting mat on a nice table as we have here, you can use the T-square, and you can see how you have a lip now. And you can use the T-square, setting it up against the edge of your table and lining up exactly where you need to line up. And away we go. Easy peasy. Now, these T-squares are unique. At one end, there's a squared off end. That's how we get the 90-degree angle. When you want at 45, unscrew the knob, turn it to the other end. You've got a slant here. You're going to put that slant up against the straight edge so that the other straight edge comes in here. And now you have a 45-degree angle. Just like the yardstick, you start at 0 and go to 40, and you start at 0 on the opposite end and go to 40. So depending on which side you want to use, you have options. So now, when you want to cut your bias strips, I'm going to get my first cut on here. And now I can just measure over each time and place my next cut. There's going to be, and voila, strips of 45-degree angles. So now you can see how you can make long cuts quick and easy as long as you have the right tool. These are all with our easy to see lines, fabric gripping action on the back, and you can choose which method works best for you. Happy cutting to everybody who needs a long ruler for making long cuts.